Hey everyone, and welcome. This is my new channel called Badge to Boardrooms. Today I'm diving into a topic that's incredibly personal for me, and honestly, it's gotten easier to talk about over time. If you're new here, my name is Jason Clank, and for over 30 years, my identity was defined by public safety. I wore the uniform, answered the calls, and stood on the front lines, but then something shifted, something profound, and I made a decision that shocked pretty much everyone in my life. It shocked me too. I left. I walked away from a career that satisfied all of the basic human needs, just for the unknown. For those of you in public safety or with loved ones in it, you know exactly what I mean when I say it becomes who you are. It becomes more than a job. It can be a calling, a community, a way of life, the camaraderie, the sense of mission, the constant adrenaline. It's powerful. I love to say every day is a different adventure, but for the expectation of being there for people on their worst days. It provided a sense of structure, a clear path, a sense of absolute certainty about my future. I saw myself retiring from that career, maybe moving farther up in the ranks, but always within that world. But then, subtly at first, things started to change within me. It wasn't about the job itself getting bad or a specific incident. It was more internal. I started to feel burned out, like I was living a script that someone else had written for me. There was a growing whisper, a nagging feeling that there was something more out there, something different I was meant to do, but I couldn't quite articulate what it was. It was a terrifying thought to even entertain because it felt like there was more uncertainty than everything I had committed to in my life. The internal battle was pretty immense. On one side, you had the security, the respect, the clear identity of my public safety role. On the other side, this vague, terrifying pull towards something else. And the fear was difficult to manage. The fear of regret, the fear of failure, fear of disappointing my family, my colleagues, but most of all, fear of the unknown. What if I left and I hated it? What if I wasn't good at anything else? Who would I even be without that uniform? For me, there wasn't any single catastrophic event. It was more of an accumulation, a slow burnout that eventually reached its tipping point. I decided I needed significant change. And if I don't make that change now, I will regret it more than any potential failure. That was it. That was the moment that fear of regret finally outweighed the fear of the unknown. Making the decision was one thing, announcing it was a completely different thing. Telling my family, my friends, my supervisors, that was incredibly vulnerable. I felt like I had to constantly explain myself, justify my choice when I didn't even fully understand it myself. But I knew one thing. I had to be honest with myself. My first step was simply acknowledging the desire for change. Then it was about quiet research, talking to people outside my usual circles, and just allowing myself to imagine a different future without judgment. So, why the unknown? Why the leap without a safety net? For me, it was about personal growth, about testing my limits, about answering that persistent whisper of entrepreneurship. It was about discovering skills I didn't know I had and passions I hadn't yet explored. It wasn't about embracing the discomfort of novelty, knowing that true growth rarely happens within our comfort zones. I realized that the discipline, the problem solving skills, the resilience I had honed in public safety, these weren't tied to the uniform. They were deeply ingrained in me. The journey is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. And in future videos, we're going to dive deep into the practicalities, how I prepared these challenges I faced, the resources I found, and how I'm navigating the entirely new chapter. My hope is by sharing my vulnerability, my struggles, and eventually my triumphs, it might resonate with some of you who are also standing at crossroads, contemplating your own leap into the unknown. If this video resonated with you, if you've ever felt a pull towards something different, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below if you've made a similar leap or if you're thinking about it. Your stories are so very important. If you're looking for more direct conversation, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to connect. Remember, the unknown can be scary, but it can also be the most exhilarating adventure of your life. See you next time.